All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on this great episode of your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, as days and months go by, it is becoming abundantly clear to even the most gullible amongst us that the APC has nothing to offer Nigerians. From day one to this very moment, it's been trial and error. And governance, especially at the highest level, is not like making a dish where you can make mistakes and quickly fix another. Every failed government policy attracts loss of man hours, loss of revenues and resources, loss of businesses, national economic setbacks, and in extreme cases, loss of human lives. And apparently, all these negative outcomes I mentioned above have been the realities of most Nigerians for the past 12 months under TINUBU. Even Bat's biggest supporters are quiet now. It is obvious he is out of his depth. And few hours ago, he made a move that those who are naive may call a step in the right direction, but it is actually him admitting failure. It is actually a demonstration of a loss of faith in the likes of Wale Edun and CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso. And ultimately, the move shows that Tinubu, after just 1 year and 36 days in office, is already looking for whom to share the blames of his final failure with. Before I show you what he did and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video of a senator representing Ondo Central, Senator Adeniyi Adegbomire. This senator was actually responding to criticisms of the National Assembly by the Nigerian populace, and in his response, he took foolishness to another level. Let's check out the video.
Conception is that the executive and the legislator, the only way you can say the legislator has done his work is when it is at loggerheads with the executive. Who says that? Look, in the democracies that, and I'll use the American democracy, and I tell people one thing, when it comes to the legislature, anywhere in the world, where you have the executive in the same party and the legislature in the majority of the members of the Senate, or as they say in America, Congress, there's a negotiation.
In the same party with the executive.
Yes. If they say, oh, we want to bring this bill, what do you think? Blah, 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 blah. That is what one of the cardinal things about democracy is the ability to negotiate, the ability to cooperate. So the fact that you bring a bill, the Nigerians believe that, oh, once they bring a bill, and the Senate must object to it. Why? If there's a basis for objection, there will be a basis for objection. If there's no basis for objection, there will be no basis for objection. But like everywhere in the world, and you see it in America, Joe Biden sends a bill to Congress. Before he sends the bill to Congress, he holds a meeting with principal officers of the Congress and say, I'm bringing this bill. What are your thoughts? So as to reduce the areas of misunderstanding. Now, it's the same thing here in Nigeria.
I agree with you.
So saying that, oh, we are not a loggerhead of the executive, that means we are not doing our work, is putting lawmaking in a very simplistic
I don't think that's what Nigerians meant. They don't want you to be fighting like we see legislators fight elsewhere. Yeah. They just want that public national interest to be made prominent.
We look at everything across board. So we don't say, oh, what does the presenter in AIT, what does he think we should do? Now, you must understand something.
The Nigerians
let me finish.
Most times when we project views there, it's feedback from what we get out there. Yeah.
You must understand something. I represent Ondo Central Senatorial District of 6 local governments. So there's no way that I will not discharge my responsibility to my constituents. However, my constituents may not fully be aware of the parameters or the reasons for which a decision has been taken. So they look at it face value and they say, oh, this thing ought not to have been done.
You saw that. Now, I don't know whether this senator is pretending to be ignorant or he's actually ignorant of what the people are demanding of them. And if he is, then I'm sorry to say he's an idiot. What Nigerians are saying, or should I say what Nigerians were saying, because nobody is expecting anything of them anymore. People have lost faith in them totally. But what people were saying initially was not that National Assembly should reject all bills from executives. What people were saying was that The bills that have no bearing on the economy or security of lives or education or housing or health should not even cross the minds of anyone in government with the situation of this country. But you guys have gone ahead to prioritize your cars, your allowances, VP's house, old national anthem, over all these things I mentioned, over all the education, health, economy, and other stuff. So, as it is now, Nigerians are saying you guys are all criminals. In the eyes of the people, you are criminals living off the treasury. You are living in affluence while the people can barely feed. We have passed the stage of seeing you as elected officials expecting anything from you. You are enemies now in the eyes of Nigerians. And the only reason you are still sitting there insulting Nigerians is because of the docility of the citizens. But we are now looking at shaking that off. You are not representing anyone. You are only there for yourself, family, and loved ones. Just pray that Nigerians remain asleep and never wake up. Because if they do, you will have to run. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at that move by TINUBU that signifies a lack of faith in his economic team, 2, an admittance of failure, and 3, an attempt to shift blames. Look at how the papers reported it. Dangote, Elumelu, Rewane on board as TINUBU inaugurates economic team. Bola Tinubu on Thursday inaugurated the Presidential Economic Coordination Council, PECC, tasked with strategizing a way out of the current economic situation in the country. The council has a mix of government officials, top private sector players, and consultants, including President of the Dangote Industries Limited, Mr. Aliko Dangote, Chairman of the United Bank of Africa, Mr. Tony Elumelu, and Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Derivatives Company Limited, Bismarck Rewane. Briefing State House correspondents after the inauguration of the council, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, said the council is to meet and report to the president monthly. According to Edun, Tinubu presented the PECC with the outcomes of his Accelerated Stability, Stabilization and Advancement Plan, which is an emergency plan to cover the next 6 months. In addition, the council is to galvanize the current administration's target of getting crude oil production up to 2 million barrels per day. Mr. Edun also said the plan involves a 2 trillion naira package aimed at stabilizing the economy. Also speaking, billionaire business tycoon and Africa's richest man Dangote assured Nigerians that the PECC would come up with measures that will help the economy bounce back in the shortest possible time. Also, Elumelu commended Tinubu for constituting the council as he pledged the commitment of the private sector. What a shame, what a joke. You heard that. So, Dangote, Elumelu, and Bismarck Rewane will be the ones to help Nigeria get its daily crude oil production to 2 million barrels. It is Dangote and Elumelu that will come and stop oil theft in the Niger Delta. Then he's throwing out 2 trillion naira for them to do whatever magic they can with it to fix the economy. I thought they said he had all the strategies. If Dangote and Elumelu have to be the ones to fix the economy after you, Wale Edun, and Cardoso have destroyed it, then you might as well step aside for them to come and rule Nigeria. And in all this, production and other real issues like tackling insecurity to boost agriculture and oil production are not even given consideration. Those ones are not even being talked about. And look at how Nigerians reacted to this. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by ECube says, throw billions into the economy without addressing banditry, roads, and electricity issues. It is automatically a failed team. Roof is leaking and they are buying new bed. That is it. The roof of your house is leaking and you are going to change your furniture. It doesn't work that way. You can't put the cart before the horse. And this tweet by Ramotu Olani says, Nigeria doesn't need a new economic team to do better. Simply appoint round pegs and put them in round holes at CBN, Ministry of Finance, NMPC, and the rest. Then back them up by the political will, devoid of corrupt undertone, and watch our economy grow. It's as simple as that. It is the political will. It is as simple as that. But you can never get it with these guys. And this tweet by Enemy of Evil says, you will always find Elumelu and Dangote in these gatherings. Top businessmen benefiting from the corruption of the nation. That is it. And this tweet here says, doing the same thing year in, year out and expecting a different result. Keep deceiving yourself. It's self-deceit. And Akinfoshile Shola says, every 2 months, they always come up with economic team. Are all these setting up this and that not for cash out? My brother, that is what it is for. Because if you hear the amount they paid them to gather there, you will be baffled. And Samuel Oyinloye says, this is how they, Elumelu, Dangote, Otedola, etc., own the nation. They belong to all political parties, in Lucky Dube's voice. And Olawale says, Bismarck Rewane no dey tire. He's always on every regime list. This man worked with Buhari. This Rewane, who was part of those that destroyed the economy with Buhari, and now Tinubu is inviting him. Well, he said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped, so we are not surprised. Abubakar Umar here says, waste of time and energy. They will keep doing meetings over meetings with nothing as the outcome of the meeting. Anyway, it is what it is. This is the APC. I don't expect anything less. It is all about propaganda. In the next 2 to 3 days, they themselves will forget that they constituted one PECC committee to make the economy bounce back. By that time, that 2 trillion naira that was put on the table for them, only God will know how much will be left. It is Elumelu that will now be calling Dangote, how far, how much remain inside the 2 trillion? Dangote will say, I don't know. Me, I don't use part of them. Take finish one side of my refinery. I'm telling you. They are just doing all these things to deceive unsuspecting Nigerians. And that is why we keep telling Nigerians, forget about these guys. If you need your country back, cast your sentiments aside, unite, and kick these guys out of power. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news where una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Sorry,